So, hi, thank you for coming to my presentation. We're going to talk about are you ready to transfer? Or are you transfer ready? Sorry. Okay, so first things first, obviously, I hope you're here because you're looking to transfer. Um, some of the things that you want to know is understanding what classes you need to take, figuring out whether you want an AA, AS, or not, taking a glance at schools you're interested in, knowing your credit capacity, what does your transcript say about you, and how well do you know your story. Okay. So, what classes should you take? There are two formulas for the public universities in the state of California. For the Cal States, it'll be Plan B, and for the UCs, it'll be Plan C. If you're uncertain of what you want to go for, the best bet is to do your IGETC, just because overall it is a lot easier um, to get that done, and it counts for the Cal States as well. Just an example of what that looks like. Here I have Plan C. This would be the IGETC for the UCs. You have a list of classes they require, and then you have a list of classes you can take for specific areas that they need for you to take as the GE. So just don't forget you do need to take a language, which would be here in the arts and humanities. I know people take so many classes in this area because it's the most because you're able to take as many classes here. As you can see, there's so many. But yes, you do want to fill it with a language. And if you already have AP scores for that, just submit those and it'll be okay. Here we go. All right. Next. Oh, sorry. I forgot to show you guys the Plan B. But this is a Plan B. It's a lot simpler, simply because they don't have such a heavy requirement as UCs do. This is for Cal States. Okay? Alright. So it's getting an AA or AS in the books. So the only thing that I would say is an AA or an AS would be great if you really want a degree or a certification going into transfer. Getting an AA or an AS really benefits you right here, where you can start working in whatever field you're planning to go into. If they require an AA or an AS, it really gives you that sort of boost. Like, let's just say they're looking for a junior of whatever field you want to go into, and they require an AA. That would be great. It'll be great experience, and you can still go into transfer with an AA for most universities, especially Cal States. More specifically, if you complete your AA, it automatically transfers, no questions asked. However, for a UC, it is a little bit more specific. You do have to go into the UC system and see which classes for your AA would work to transfer over. So how do you know which programs offer AAs or certifications or an AS? So you go into the Long Beach City College website, you go to academics, you go to academic programs, and all of the programs will be shown here. Like, let's just say I'm an English major, so I will go under English. Okay, and then let's look at career opportunities and degrees and certifications. So here you go. You see, this is the AA to transfer because it has a /T and it shows you right here. This is an AA for creative writing. There's different AAs for creative writing and for language and literature. For myself, I'm trying to transfer, so I would click here and then I would read through, but I can also click here so I can see the curriculum itself and what classes I actually need to take. There we go. Okay, so this is all available on the website. Sorry. Alright, if you're an undecided major, I would recommend completing your general ed courses. And then if you're still unsure, taking maybe some creative classes to boost your creativity. I wouldn't say like STEM classes aren't for everyone, and I'm one of those people. I'm an English major for a reason. So, just find something that interests you. When you're doing your general classes, try to fit in something that you find interesting. Get to know a little bit about yourself and give yourself that opportunity to learn what you find is best for you. All right. So, what is your dream school? My dream school since I was a kid was USC. Unfortunately, I won't be able to go there, but that doesn't mean you can't or you can't go to your dream school, right? So just envision your dream school, right? You either want to go to USC, UCLA, UC Irvine, go to Stanford, go to, wherever you would like to go. And the good thing is that when it comes to these schools, especially in the state of California, um, we have a website called Assist, which basically helps you out to see which classes which school accepts. So, and not just that, but let's just say you want to go to a private school, you can always use transferology. I'm not going to say that all of the classes there are showing you everything that they have to offer, more because not every single LBCC student is going to go to the specific school that you're looking at, but you can still go to schools, check out the catalog, um, see which classes match. It does take a lot more work when you do it that way, but I'm going to say that it's best to sort of have an sort of knowledge on how that goes. Alright, so here I'm showing you assist.org. So when you go into assist.org, you go into the academic year 2021. You put in the school that you're looking to transfer to, or no, just kidding. So I'm guessing, yeah, there we go. Agreements. The agreement is the school you're trying to transfer to. So let's go with UCLA. So here we go. So the agreement hasn't been updated, but it's still a recent agreement from 2019 to 2020. So I would say it's about the same thing. They don't really change unless it's something very drastic. But I'm an English major, so we're going to look for English. Here we go. So then we just view the PDF. Okay, so this is what I'm going to get. So this is already, all English majors must complete 2 years of foreign language and combination of foreign language and foreign literature and translation courses. The reason why this has to be done before trying to transfer is because this major is highly selective. So you always want to make sure whether when you look into the school is hey, this major is very highly requested at such and such school. So you always want to check to see if what classes you need to take, and here it shows you how the classes transfer. So these are specific courses that you need to take before you go to UCLA, and this is what LBCC offers that translates to that. Okay, so that's how it's read. If you have any other questions, I know that I've seen a couple of different formats of agreement. But if you have any questions on that, you could just go ahead and ask me, let me know. I do know how to read it pretty proficiently, so, just go ahead and ask. Now, Transferology, this is a free site where, like I said, you can use private schools or out-of-state schools, more specifically, to help you out here, because Assist is mostly for California schools. So here you go. You can see what courses transfer, so that you don't go in there blindsided to a school. So something that I found was pretty interesting was that 50% of transfer students, 58% of transfer students leave community college with at least 98% credits earned. That's 58% of the students. What happened to the other 42? We don't know. A lot of things that students don't know is going into these types of websites that I just showed you, or going into catalogs from the specific school. a lot of the times you'll find that schools uh, have the same accreditation. So if you go into a school and they say, oh, these are the classes we require for, the specific course, then you're gonna have to go into, let's just say LBCC will go into the class schedule. Once you go into the class schedule, if you really, really want to know more about the class, you go here. I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't see this here, but here it is. Like, it shows you the curriculum of the specific school. You just hit let's just go with English classes. Now I'm going to go to my course code, right? So let's go to English 3. And this is what this class provides. And oftentimes when you go into another school's catalog, it'll show you that very specific thing. They either sound the same or they're very, very similar, or, maybe that's not the course that translates to that specific course. Sorry. All right. So a lot of the times as well, schools will only take about 60 to 66 units. So going above in units probably is a waste of money. So you really, really want to have a game plan, a plan that works for you. And sometimes counselors give you more than you should be taking because they want you to stay and take more classes. So it really helps to do your own research and get your own ideas and perspective from what you want to take and what you feel would be the best fit for the school that you're trying to transfer to. All right. So something very important that not a lot of people know how to do is to read your transcript. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a little bit on how to do that. Okay. So this is my transcript. And as an English major, I've changed a few times, as you can tell. But here we go. So this is the course. This is the course number, the description of the course, the attempted credits, the earned credits, the letter, and the points. So the difference between the credits and points is that points are used for the quarter system. So let's just say you're trying to go into UCLA. UCLA runs on a quarter system, which means they'll read your points as opposed to your credits. To your units earned per semester. Okay, so that's how that works. When you see a W, that means withdrawn. Of course, that does not affect you in any type of way, especially if you already took the class. Again, like I withdrew from Math 60, but I took Math 60 here, and I got an A. And yeah, so don't ever worry about W's unless you didn't retake the course. Then it might be an issue. But that's also something that you can talk about with the counselor from the school you're specifically trying to go to. Okay, and also don't forget to submit your AP courses because they do show up on your transcript. Okay, so here it goes. Like, I have apparently 6 credits for for sending in my Spanish AP scores. Okay, so don't forget that you also need those if you have done them, or let's just say you took AP Calculus or AP Bio. Everything will show up on your transcript. Those also do need to be submitted directly to the school that you're trying to transfer. Okay. All right. So, also notations. I'm pretty sure you guys noticed my notations. Here we go. We have AGS here. Hello, hi. And you do have, like Dean's List with honors or Dean's List with great distinction. And also I have AGS for last semester as well. So all of that shows up in your transcripts. And obviously that looks really well. That looks really good. Sorry. So, yes. These do show up on your transcript and they look amazing. And trust me, telling you from someone who's older, I'm very surprised when I see really, really great transcripts because they do say a lot about how you work academically. Okay? Alright, so let's talk about your story. Or not specifically right now, but Your story is probably the most important piece of the application, especially if you have to write an essay. Um, a lot of the times, people want to see what you have to say about yourself, or what you have to say about the way you think, or, you know, different, the way you handle different situations, your environment. What are you like? You know, what makes you you? What are your future goals? It all comes down to who are you as a person? Just who are you? And it really is important to learn to represent yourself. If you don't know much about your story and you don't have a connection with your story, most likely the people reading your essay won't have a connection with you. You have to make the best impression with as few words as you can, I mean. Because oftentimes they limit you in your essays to a few words, like either 250 words or 350 words or 500 words. But there's so much that you can say about yourself. So learning your story and really saying it in such few words is probably the most difficult task that you're going to have when you're applying to schools. But this is why you should discuss this kind of things. This is why you should talk to people about, hey, this is what I have to say. This is me. And this is very important, and this is the biggest point of all of this, is I want you guys to feel like it's okay to talk about your hardships, your struggles. Talk to Say your hobbies. You like volunteering, that's great. You like working at the beach, that's amazing. You like to read to your niece and nephew, talk about that. When you describe yourself and you present yourself, it's the most important part that schools look at, especially in the UC system, because they do require you to input 350 worded essays, whereas Cal States, they just look at your grades, which is why it's important for your transcript to stand out, to look good. But you also want to know who you are going into all of this. Transferring is not easy. Transferring is complicated. It's a struggle, but at the same time, it's a mission that you set out yourself to do. And myself, I just want to help you guys get there. Okay. So, yeah, that's all I have for my presentation. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and I'll have you guys ask me questions. If you have any after you watch this video, go ahead and message me on Discord. You can also reach me via email, and I'll be there as well.